Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is going to be quite exciting video. I'm going to show you all my decks. Sorry, I have been waiting for these decks for quite a while. You know, to save on postage, I have a very good friend of mine who lives in the States, but she's Polish and she comes to Poland quite often and is lovely enough to bring me sometimes some tarot decks that I purchase with US post, so it's shipped from US to US, and in this way I'm saving on this huge amounts of postage and most probably, you know, taxes at some point. So the decks I wanted to show you today are two Carol Herzer's decks. One is the Illuminated Tarot, the medium size, the old medium that she had, and one is the Chakra Arcana Tarot, and that's a combination of Chakra Cards, 7 Chakra Cards and 22 major arcanas that she combined with the chakras as well, and also Asherah Tarot that I purchased from Gamecrafter. Carol Herzer sent also some of her other examples of her other work. I showed it on Instagram. If you want to check the other two, please head over and check my feed. But this is, I think, from her Oswald Wirth tarot deck, major arcanas, and this is huge, as you can see. Like, Asherah Tarot is very big. It's like big tough size, so this is really like artwork. And I love this hermit. Look how gorgeous it is. The snake here. And then she sent me an example of her, and now how to do the, to be honest, the camera just doesn't do it justice. You cannot really see that glitter, but there is a lot of glitter here, and it's like everywhere, even on the back. And maybe like this. And I think a deck like that would be amazing, but these are really pricey. They like $200, $300, $400, so you know, I'm never gonna spend that amount of money on a tarot deck. Now let's start with Carol Herzer then. The bags she sends her tarot decks in are quite amazing. They double, they're quite thick, and how she does, she like glues one of the card on the back, and then you just slip out the deck, and the back is like loosely made, so you can easily put the deck in, slip it down, and then you just have it like that. It sits well, it looks beautiful. I love that she picked High Priestess, even though I don't like High Priestess, but I seem to be loving her this year, so that's quite exciting. So now, so the bag is perfect, and I think bag itself would probably cost around, you know, 20-30 bucks if you use these materials and just sew it the way she does. It's beautiful. Okay, should I start with the critique? I think I will. So the deck has a bend, and it's kind of a weird bend that when you put the cards on the table, they don't lie straight. You have like a kind of bends weirdly. And to be honest, for a deck that I paid, I think this old version, I paid $69 for this deck. So okay, let's take 20 bucks straight away for the bag. So it's not so bad, because Carol actually prints her decks, and you can pick the bags and stuff. I actually, when I contacted her, I didn't have too many options because she was running very low on decks and she was actually selling out. So she asked me if I wanted to order the medium size deck, which she's going to get rid of, I think, and change it for the regular size tarot deck, so 712. then I would have to like order one now because she only had a few left. And she asked me if I want an old version where there were no names on the minors, or if I want one with the golden backs, and that was the new version with the full name. So I went for the old version, and I love that it has no, I will just show you, you know, it's Rider-Waite-Smith, but she redrew it and it's really beautiful. So aside of the band, which I can live with, my other critique would be that take a look at that font of the chord cards and then the font of the majors. So the majors font is a totally different font to the chord cards. And I find it a little bit annoying. I mean, I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. I can live with it. Like, I'm not really like looking at it. But why would you do that? That's a bit off. And if somebody is anal, the cards are not equal. So you find, you know, cards that there's a bigger white border than on the Queen of Discs, let's say. They all a little bit different, and also, you know, there's these little black frames. They also differ from card to card, so it's not a perfect deck in this regard. I know that Carol Herzer, she's 72, and I exchanged a few emails with her, and she's been doing these decks all her life, and you know, you can see that she's an artist. She's like living this type of artwork, and this is her life. So I think, you know, I just kind of go with, okay, whatever. It's just one of those type of decks that you either like it or you don't, and you either go with those minor details or major details for some people, or you don't. But other than that, the artwork and the feel of the deck, it shuffles really well. I try to shuffle it this way because of this band. It's heavily laminated, but I think it's because of the color, for the color to pop better. So let's just go and show you in a few cards. So like, yes, I said my bags were like this, and she just chose them for me, and she chose then the beautiful bag as well. So here we have Death is Changed to Transformation. And I love that it's purely like Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but the colors and just kind of, I don't know, the picture comes alive. So, you know, here it nearly looks like the energy is dripping out of the guy. So there's 6 of Cups, so lots of kind of energetic work can be done with this deck. And the colors are gorgeous. If you're into this kind of, you know, baroque, a lot of colors, pinkish style, which I love. I mean, you know me, I love simplicity and I love earthy decks, but I'm a Sagittarius. My mind can go all sorts of directions. So I love Marseille type decks, and now I'm thinking I'm just going to explore Rider-Waite-Smith a little bit more. So for aces, she just has wands, not Ace of Wands. And then, as I said, my minors don't have any names on them, just the numbers. And I would prefer if the chord cards had just this little kind of, this font, which is not so obnoxious as the other. But other than that, as I said, I kind of, despite all the critique, I'm really happy I have this deck. I love it. To be honest with you, I will show you in a sec the regular tarot card and the size of it. But I'm so glad I got that medium one. Judgment is changed to Awakening. That medium size is perfect because we all know Rider-Waite-Smith so well. We all know the cards, you know, I can like wake up and I know it. So this size is like really usable. It's very cool. Isn't it gorgeous? Like that, just these colors. It's very beautiful. I'm excited about it, and you can feel, you know, that handmade kind of imperfection in it, which also, if you're not too anal, can turn into this beautiful thing. And I think, to me, it's easy to turn it into the beautiful thing. And also the Hangman is the unconscious. Gorgeous. So yes, this is Carol Herzer's, oh, and the Pope is the Initiate. And because of the colors, like, he seems nicer. That's nice. The Devil is Illusion. So yes, that's Carol Herzer's Illuminated Tarot, and this is Medium Transformation for Death. Okay, so that's it. So this is Carol Herzer's Illuminated Tarot. Let me just grab one card. So I think this is a regular tarot deck, and that would be this Illuminated Tarot. So it's touch narrower and shorter. But then when you put a few cards together, you know, first of all, you can fit many cards onto the table if you use more cards in a spread. But it just looks good, and sorry for the glare, it's just really heavily illuminated and I have to be at the window. So, but you can see everything, and I actually like that it has the white frames, and it fits, you know, it fits good into the hand. You can shuffle it easily. It's good. This size, it's good, so you don't have to go really big. I'm lucky enough because a friend of mine actually bought me the elemental rainbows for my birthday. I haven't gotten it yet, but I will. So I will have the large size of it too. So another deck that I got is Chakra Arcana Tarot. And again, look at this gorgeous back. So when you pull this one out, it comes with this handmade booklet. So she signs it. And also the deck comes with 2 extra cards with the signed one. And what she did here, she actually connected the major arcana of Rider-Waite-Smith to 2 chakras. So she has a bit different system. And in this deck we have 7 main chakra cards, and then we have 22 major arcana connected to chakras. So you have a little bit of information in this booklet, and then you have to just try and do things for yourself. So I show you the chakra cards. They're not in order. So again, this is the large version with no borders, and this is this medium kind of, which my tarot comes in. Again, the deck is heavily illuminated. These are the backs now. This one doesn't have a band and fits nicely, so I don't know. Maybe because this one, it was an older version and it was lying around for years. I don't know how long. But maybe that's why the band is so bad. I heard that these decks get bandy, so... But you know, Baba Studios decks also get a band, so who cares? Anyway, so... Here we have the chakra, so this is the 2nd chakra, and they also perfect for meditation, these cards, because, you know, when you go to her YouTube channel, you can also see, like, she did like a music background to each of the chakras and so on. So she, you know, she kind of worked with these images. I think this is the throat, or the throat chakra, and the base, solar plexus, heart, that's the crown, and the 3rd eye. So it's very cool, beautiful cards. You know, you can use them by themselves. You can pull them as like 7 7 chakra cards and then add tarot cards to them. You can do different things with them. And then let me show you what else she did. So let's just check maybe for an example. So she uses Justice and 8 at 8. So you can see that there is 2 kind of mandalas, 2 representative chakras, and then the Justice kind of figure, it's taken from the major arcanas from Rider-Waite-Smith. So she's got the scale, she's got the sword. So here she goes, the Justice kind of, she connects to chakras 2nd and 5th. So this is the sex, throat, elements, water and etheric. So the 2nd chakra for Justice, that's interesting, isn't it? So Justice requires a balancing of creative energy. Blockages in the sex chakra are often reflexively felt in the throat chakra. That's so true, actually, because they both expressive chakras. I actually work with this system as well, like that. Both chakras relate to creativity and the inner flow and expression of life force energy. Opening the throat chakra and communication can release and resolve tension and blocked energy in the sex chakra. Sex chakra, so the sacral chakra, issues include money, financial involvement with others in relationships, everything related to sex and sexual involvements, use of creative resources, food, healing, and healthy expression of emotions. Emotional energy can become attached to these issues, and not talking about it can create pain, especially in the throat area. Emotional energy is related to the water element and the life force. Justice in society deals with life and death issues. It's said that justice can be blind, but it follows natural laws. Life force energy wants to flow. If it's cut off, it will emerge somewhere else. Sexual repression coupled with blocked communication, throat chakra, leads to confrontation. Sometimes there is an inner demon which needs to be challenged and killed with love to then become a friend. This demon can be a failure to see the other person, misplaced passion, addiction, dissatisfaction, or feeling sorry for oneself. Justice realigns the energy and it becomes a positive force as a creative expression of the life force. So there you go. So she connects, you can go via your own interpretation of the chakras as well. So if you work with these 7 chakras, like in the kind of Western system too, then you can go with it. So here we have the Emperor, which is the base chakra and the heart chakra, Magician, base chakra, and I think solar plexus, or the sacral. And we can check, if you're not sure, because sometimes I'm not too sure. So you go Magician, root, and sex. Yeah, so root and sacral chakra. This is. And then you go, the High Priestess is root and power, so root and solar plexus. Interesting choices. And this is the Fool, so it's kind of has all the chakras together, so it's like this flying man. And this is the Tower card, so they're very beautiful. To me, to be honest, I think they a bit too contrasted. I'd prefer, if you go, because I have the version without white borders, but the old version had white borders, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have gone for the old one. I got this one old, and I thought, oh, maybe I should have gone for the new one, and then this one I got the new one, and I'm thinking maybe I should have gone for the old one. I mean, I love that it has no borders. The pictures come up really nicely, but I thought online they weren't as contrasted, but pictures online, in any way, they're beautiful, they're very colorful. But maybe a bit even too much, there's a lot of color. So you wouldn't want to work with more than 3 of those cards on in one time, one go. Let's go with this. And what she says, you can pick one of the chakra cards and see which one comes up, and then you pick 2 cards that have this chakra attached, and then for example, sometimes there is more than 2, so I just shuffle them and pick 2, and on the left side of that card, this card would describe where the chakra is imbalanced, and then this card would show how to balance it. So something like this. To be honest, you know, I haven't really looked into it properly yet. I will. As you know, I just got these decks yesterday, so I just wanted, I love this, just wanted to show you. I think this deck will be great for meditation and just, you know, playing and realigning with those cards. And I love that she connected archetypes of the tarot to the chakra cards. Depth, different. So yes, that's very very unique and interesting deck. So this is 22 major arcanas and 7 chakras in the beautiful bag and with a little booklet. So that's it. And then the last deck, this is going to be long, it's Asherah Tarot. Okay, Game Crafter, please, what the fuck. That is like really bad. So the box, throw it away. There is this little booklet, but also you can download, when you purchase this from Game Crafter, you can download like a full companion book which she wrote as an ebook. This one just has like, you know, threes. You have like keywords mostly. It's tough based. In any case, this deck is amazing. For this one, I have like, I mean, okay, the cards are flimsy. It is this linen kind of, don't know if you can see, it is this linen feel. It's quite smooth, though. It doesn't feel exactly like the Pagan Otherworlds. No, it's much smoother because it's also much thinner. The cards are big because if this is, again, a regular tarot card, like Rider-Waite-Smith, regular size. So these are more on the oracle side, which is perfect for this deck because the artwork of this deck is amazing. I'm going to like do that and show you. So these are the bags and they're gorgeous. And I'm just in love with this deck only because I remember when I started seriously thinking about like learning tarot and playing with tarot properly. These were some of the first images that I found online, and I thought, wow, this would be an amazing deck. And I think she was just doing this deck then, it wasn't ready. So the color palette, everything so Queen of Discs, she uses the I Ching things, hexagrams, and look at the colors and the amount of symbolism. And even if you don't want to use it symbolically, I think you can still use it intuitively. You have the, you know, the astrological and Kabbalistic connotations here. Just love this deck. Look at this Justice. Have you ever seen Justice? That beautiful. Wow. It doesn't have borders, but I think because the cards are quite thin, it's going to be chipping maybe quite easily, I think, you know. And it's because it's darker also, so it's 3 of Swords. You get the Saturn, you mean you get the astrology, but you don't get the keywords like in Tough deck. I'm just going to go faster so you can get a chance to see it. Nobody here has done a beautiful flip through this deck, and that's what made me fall in love. Look at her. That's what made me fall in love with it. Isn't she just stunning? And that heron, I love it. So yes, this deck, and to be honest, when I opened it, the first card that came up was the High Priestess, and that High Priestess here is amazing. Oh, there she is. And I was like really gobsmacked, and I thought, wow, this is powerful. This is a powerful image, and this is, I don't know, because she's got that bow. I love that my Sagittarian soul just went for her wildness. Love this depiction. She's not that, you know, holy mama from Rider-Waite-Smith, but she is empowered. She's amazing. So yeah, I was like, oops, I love it. So let's go. Some of the images with the skulls, like the death card. Style is totally different. I mean, totally different. You still know what it is, but yeah, it's different to the regular one. Hanging for the Hanged Man, and it's like kind of underwater. Judgment, all the planets. Oh, that one, look at the Hermit. So cool. The egg, orphic egg, and just the transformation. Oh, it's just amazing. Love it. The sun. I don't mind. Last for strength. 5 of Cups. Lots of owls, lots of animal association. All the hexagrams are on the court cards. And 6 of Discs. I love that she uses a lot of mandalas and that the miners don't really have too many people, or maybe none of the people. I remember the Devil card, and I remember the Chariot card when I saved the images. 10 of Discs. Tower, very cool. 2 of Discs. The Malkut for the, you know, full going into the physical realm with the crocodile. Some of the court cards are just spectacular. But just the color palette and how she, you know, that blowing wind for the Knight of Swords. And Knight of Swords is like a king, you know, because it goes like... it goes like Toph, I think. Is it right? Oh, I have to check that part. Let's just see, because now I'm like, what is it? Yes, knight is like a king, then you have a queen, and then you have a prince for the knight in Rider-Waite-Smith, and princess for the page. And so knight. But look how beautiful that is. It's just stunning. The colors, amazing. I love it. So this duality and solar and lunar marriage. Death, gorgeous. The scorpions. Eyes for seeing, just reminds me of Kali and all the dark goddess energy. So stable. 7 of Cups. So you can see a little bit influence of Toph, but it's like it's got a unique voice, a unique style. I love this perspective for the 4 of Swords. It's like looking down, like really taking time to, you know, see all the sides of the situation and kind of focus. 10 of Cups. Sweet. Ace of Swords. This is beautiful. Princess of Wands. Prince of Cups. Magus reminds me of Johnny Depp in the chocolate factory. So it's got Mercury on the hat and all the, you know, caduceus and elements. It's gorgeous. Oh, Queen of Wands. So now I have 2 amazing decks to study. The Tabula Mundi Colores Arcus and that one. It's also really stunning. 7 of Swords with the cockatoo from Australia. They're crazy birds, but very intelligent. 2 of Wands. I love her. Check her out. So there's the moon with tears. It's like the elemental colors that you get also on the Rosicrucian cross. You've got like Kali, like, you know, necklace of skulls. She's in this kind of like Tai Chi pose, but she's got a sword. All these eyes coming off that moon. There's a hexagram. I don't know the hexagrams, but I think she describes them. Let's just check. Princess of Swords. F hexagram 18, removing corruption, decay. Okay, so she gives you, and this is wise, clever, graceful, acute, dexterous, protective, incisive, practical, pragmatic. So she also has this ability to see, I think, and it's curious, you know, she's got eyes all over the place. But because it's a princess, it's like a page, she can also like kill things easily with her mind, because she has to learn to, you know, use it properly. Nine of Wands, Chiron, Sagittarius, Wheel of Fortune, it's got the moon phases, and this mandala. Just lovely. Love it. Three of Discs. Empress, amazing. Two of Cups. This reminds me of these two little fish swimming in a fishbowl. Anyway, it reminds me of Pink Floyd's song, which I cannot sing now because I can remember. Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands with the Mercury in Sag, awesome. And Prince of Wands. So yeah, Asherah Tarot. If you're a fan of this type of artwork, it shuffles well, despite the fact that it's thin. I think maybe because of the fact that it's thin, but you have to shuffle lengthwise, otherwise, you know, it's really hard to grab the cards. They're big. It might get a little bit bendy, but for now it's fine. And when you put some cards next to one another, you know, it's a lot of symbols, it's a lot of art, it's a lot of kind of details to grasp, but it's amazing. Such a gorgeous, amazing artwork, and I'm just, yeah, I'm excited about this deck a lot, especially that it's still like, you know, something to learn and something to be kind of excited about because it's new. So this is going to conclude my video about all these new exciting decks. And this is the Carol Herzer's deck, Illuminated Tarot. You know, as I said, a lot of decks. I showed you 3 of those, but you know, there's a lot of different opinions about these decks. There are mixed emotions about these decks, but in the end, maybe not only the mind should rule, but also the heart. And, you know, I will allow myself to just embrace those decks and play with them and see how I go. So thank you very much. Thank you, Carol Herzer, for creating those decks. Thank you. What's the author of this? Sorry. The author of this is Sarah Whitley. Thank you, Sarah Whitley, for creating Asherah Tarot. And this card wants to say goodbye, Chariot. Bye. Thank you for watching.